Good morning. Welcome to the Better Business Workshop. We're continuing the theme today around what's your niche. Today's topic is what if you had an unlimited marketing budget? And that might seem something that's a bit far-fetched. We're going to explain that in a minute because that's actually totally doable. Marketing is a numbers game. And we're going to talk you through around, what if you could have an unlimited marketing budget? I'm just going to get these slides working. We're running some weekly workshops. We'd love to see you at our drop-in session next Tuesday. We're going to be there at 12:30 every Tuesday, and you're very welcome to come and drop in. I know business owners need a lot of help and support right now around restarting their businesses. And you can get all the details of that session. You can go and sign up over on our website at miltonkeynes.actioncoach.co.uk. And just go to the events page, so /events, and you can get yourself signed up for our weekly drop-in. We'd love to see you there. I'm joined by my colleague up in Nottingham, if I can find him, to talk about niche and unlimited marketing. Good morning, Mark. How are you doing?
Yeah, morning. I'm on the Riviera at the moment. I think it's 30-something degrees.
Yes, a bit warm, right?
Yeah. I just need a swimming pool built on my garden dead quick. So if there's anybody watching at the moment running a swimming pool business and you're short of work, give me a call.
Yeah, that would go in handy. I'll be picking up a paddling pool on the way home from the children today.
Yeah.
So, Mark, look, we're going to be looking at having an unlimited marketing budget, right, and how we can achieve it. And this is an absolutely kind of fundamental mindset shift for a lot of business owners these days, right? So the way that we get to an unlimited marketing budget, Mark, is to understand things like acquisition costs and lifetime values.
Yeah, absolutely spot on. And I think there's something, and I've worked with people who just don't get this. They're looking at a budget for marketing, or well, if they got a budget, Mark, they're just throwing money at it, saying it's not working, and actually not working out what the revenue is from a customer once they've got them. They tend to look at a period of time. So, look, I spent this much on marketing, and this much came in through the door, so it's not working.
Absolutely.
Whereas actually completely the wrong equation to look at, the cost of acquisition, and which you'll get into in a second, Mark, the actual return on investment from your marketing.
Yeah, absolutely. So the mindset shift needs to be, look, if you run an ad for £1,000 and you get 10 customers from that ad, your acquisition cost is £100, right? 10 customers each producing £100. The acquisition cost is £100. So look, the mindset shift is all around. Look, you need to understand that these days it's not just about putting a product on a shelf and hoping somebody's going to come and buy it. The entrepreneurial mindset needs to be that the marketing budget is about buying customers, right? We need to buy customers. We need to understand how much through marketing, and we need to understand how much we paid for those customers, and then we need to sell them something for more than we paid for them, right? So, and therefore we get that back through the margin that we make, and we call that lifetime value. So, in theory, you need to buy a customer for less than the profit that you make on the first sale. And then if you do that, if you buy a customer and then you pay less than for them than the profit that you make, you then effectively have an unlimited marketing budget, right? That's the mindset that we need to be in.
Yeah, and the thing that is usually missed is this concept of lifetime value. And it's well worth, if you're working through a marketing budget and you're not getting the returns, but you can see the returns slowly building in your pipeline. We have to know what the lifetime value of that client is.
Yeah.
And that means how much are they going to bring to us, not this year, not this budget year, but by sticking with us. So you've got the acquisition cost. You've also got another cost, which is the maintenance cost of the customer, i.e. staying in touch with them over their lifetime.
Yeah.
But that isn't huge. You can possibly discount that. But you're right, Mark. What many people do, they look at the cost of marketing and say it's not bringing in the money. Whereas actually we should look at the cost of the marketing compared to, if it brings in X number of clients, what are they going to give me over their lifetime?
Yeah.
That's a completely different calculation. That way you can afford things like marketing initiatives such as HubSpot, mail distribution methods, other tools and techniques that you can use, software that you can buy. It's worth it. Why? Because you get one customer next year, they're going to be with you for 5 years.
Absolutely.
So it's very much a test of our long-term thinking.
Definitely. That's apologies. I forgot to put the slides up, by the way.
That's right.
So another way to think of this, right, is if we sell something for £100 and the profit that we make is 40, guys, ask yourself. In fact, I've just told you, what's the marketing budget for that product? The marketing budget is less than 40. Yeah.
Yep.
And if the marketing budget is anything less than 40, then you have an unlimited marketing budget.
Absolutely.
Right? As long as you can cover your cost of acquisition, you have an unlimited marketing budget every time you make a sale. So what if the cost of buying that customer was 50? Right? If the cost of buying that customer was 50, then you need to be sure that you're going to get the second sale. And that's what we mean by the lifetime value.
Absolutely.
Right? Because you can look at, the profit from 2 sales is 80. And if the cost of buying the customer is 50, then your profit is 30, right?
Yeah, in one of our businesses, we used to work on the actual acquisition cost was roughly you would break even on their first purchase. And you're kind of expected to, and it didn't actually matter, but it funded getting that customer. From then on, they were with you for several years.
Absolutely.
So that's the way to look at it. Absolutely.
As long as you're sure
Yeah.
that you've got their lifetime value.
As long as you can keep them. That's absolutely right.
So with that in mind, right? As long as your cost of acquisition is less than the profit that you make from the first sale, then marketing then shifts from being an expense to an investment.
Yeah, and let's be honest. We have to be hands up. All of us running businesses are tight, right? we're usually pretty keen about money. We keep our eye on money. We worked it out. We took a risk. We're not stupid. We don't just throw money away. And we're in business and sustained it for a while because we're pretty tight. So that mentality comes along with a mentality of being looking at expense. And I've known so many business owners that quite rightly are very, very tight on their money, but then start looking at everything in a business, even as it grows, as an expense, and they haven't got an investment mentality. The biggest shift is to move to an investment mentality where you're thinking, what's my return for what I'm doing, rather than it's money out of the door and I've lost it.
Absolutely. So the way to think of this is that marketing is about investing to buy customers, right? So the next question then is how do we get those leads for those customers? And we have this rule of 10 by 10, right? How many businesses have we seen over the last 3 months that only have one lead generating strategy? So, and when we had the lockdown, that lead generating strategy, whatever it was, seminars, face to face, whatever, has fallen over, and suddenly they've got no lead generating strategy, and the whole business falls over, right? Yeah. So many businesses that we work with rely on 1 or 2 ways of getting their customers. So our rule of 10 by 10 is having 10 ways to generate your customers, each producing 10% of your leads, right? That way you then have a stable business. You have a stable and scalable lead engine.
And here's the dilemma that, again, for a lot of folk watching and a lot of folk in business, you've grown it so well because you're really good and people like you. They like us, and you get repeat customers. And a number of people I've spoke to, I don't really do much marketing because customers just come back. It's all word of mouth. It's all referral. Now that is fantastic. But then we hit COVID, and then we've got to start again. We've got to start thinking again. And if we want to grow our business, just referrals, people who are used to us aren't enough. Which is why 10 different methods, Mark. You're dead right. We have to experiment and try and test. And if it's working, great. If it's not working, cut it, switch to something else. We have a very rigorous approach. Marketing isn't just throwing money out at advertising agencies and saying, I hope this works. It's not that at all. It's risk limiting it, trying an experiment, low cost. If it doesn't work, switch, try another experiment.
You've got to keep score, right? You've got to keep score with your marketing. So have 10 different strategies. Understand how much you're spending, like we said. How much you're spending on each. How many leads are you getting? So understand your acquisition cost. And then if it just becomes a numbers game, then figure out which of those 10 strategies are working. Keep score, track them, measure them. Keep going with the ones, invest more in the ones that are working and ditch the ones that don't and replace them with something else. And then you'll end up over time with 10 great lead generating strategies. Mark, that's been absolutely brilliant. Thanks very much for helping me to go through unlimited marketing budget. We're going to be back here again tomorrow at 8 a.m. and we'll also be on our session over on a Tuesday at 12:30. And we'd love to see you there, Mark. It's been brilliant to see you today. Wish you a fantastic time in that lovely sunshine.
Yeah, and we do anybody watching, just do get in touch with us, Mark. You're going to give the details in a minute or two, aren't you, Mark? And do get in touch with us, because this kind of thing just needs a little bit of talking about, and then you get some really clear ideas about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we'd love to see you over on the website. Go to miltonkeynes.actioncoach.co.uk, and there's a ton of information over there. You can also come and join us in our groups. If you go over to the Better Business Workshop on Facebook and on LinkedIn and on YouTube, there's an absolute ton of content over there as well, and we'd love to see you there. If you want to jump on a one-to-one, you can also book a session in our diary, and the link to that's on our homepage. Again, that's over at miltonkeynes.actioncoach.co.uk, and we'd love to see you. All right, Mark, have a brilliant time in the sunshine.
Yeah, you too, Mark. I guess you've got it down there, and you in Milton Keynes. Is it
Yeah,
sunny? I thought it was always raining in Milton Keynes.
No, it's roasting down here right now.
Okay.
Pretty good. See you tomorrow. Cheers now.
Yeah, take care. See you.
Bye.